Even when I've left, I do right by you. I'll be your everything, your blue sky. I go to war, I'll fight. Damn right. Even when I've left, I do right by you. I'll be your everything.
Welcome back to the Professional Stepdad Show. I am your host, Franco Zavala. Thank you guys very much for joining me. This is episode 72. Before I go any further, if you have not, please like, subscribe, share, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Instagram, TikTok, all that fun stuff. Different platforms where we share different information, stories, how-tos, etc. Today's episode is going to be about perception. Now, I was going to do an episode about the lack of patience, but I'm reading this book right now, and the book is called The Obstacle is the Way. If you have not read this book, actually, let me just pull this out for you. The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. Obstacle is the Way. I will put the link to the book, if you would like to read it, in the bio section, whatever, of this episode below. But The Obstacle is the Way. So I'm getting a lot of great information as a stepdad, but as a man, as a leader, as a husband, and something that I read today was really, really great, and this had to do with perception, right? How we perceive things to be, and how we perceive our life as being the center of it all. So what do I mean by this? So there are a lot of stepdads out there. Biomoms, a lot of this information is going to be for you because I kind of need you to see where we're coming from, but then stepdads, I need you to see where the biomoms are coming from. So the perception that we're not valued, that we're not needed, that we're not wanted, that we're some sort of a placement holder until something comes along better. Now, what do I mean by this? What I mean by this is that if we are not getting the proper attention or the right amount of individuals within our life that are grateful, especially for the fact that we're stepping up and stepping into this new family, our perception is that, okay, I guess they don't want us there. Our perception is, maybe I made the wrong decision. Why isn't anybody paying attention to me? And biomoms, I need you guys to understand this. It's important to remember that, like, not only is this just like a new chapter in our life, and this is a new journey for us, but this is a journey that if you were to look up the stepdad's journey in sort of a book or online, chances of you finding just pure negativity around this subject matter is so great that the perception that we have as men, coming into our new family is, right off the bat is going to be tainted with negativity and poison. And we don't want that to happen. Like we're definitely not seeking it. Meaning we're not seeking different ways to get out of it or like try to convince ourselves, okay, I made this decision to become a stepdad, but I don't know if I feel right about it. Let me go check the internet, see what everybody else says. And then from that, I'll base my decision on how much further I go within this relationship. And it's a hard decision it's a hard thing not to look up these stories. It's a hard thing not to listen to your family members, to friends, to music, to TV, where they portray stepdads as evil. So our perception when we come into the family, right off the bat, like I've said this 100 times, we are starting way behind the field and everybody else is running ahead of us and we're just trying to catch up. But not only that, we're trying to catch up. It's the best way I can explain it. We're trying to run a sprint and or a marathon on eggshells. We're trying not to crack. And we know we are going to crack some, but we're trying to do the best we can and not just totally make a mess out of everything. Because we have this goal and this vision and this objective, whether we say it or not, as stepdads, we have this vision of what we want our family to be. We have this vision of the conversation that we want to have with our new stepson or our new stepdaughters. We have this vision of how we want to see a family vacation go or the relationships built with the others within this new family. And our perception on how we see ourselves as men, as leaders, as husbands, as fathers within our new family can be easily kind of like discouraged when we don't feel like we are getting the right amount of thank yous. Now, see, that's a problem for you stepdads, because guess what? The world doesn't revolve around you. Yes, you are stepping into this new family. Yes, you made the decision to come in and be like this new leader, this individual that is going to be somebody that shows up and that is dependable. But the world doesn't revolve around you. If you are in this new relationship just to get the attaboys, then you're missing the point of what it means to build the relationships within your family. You're missing the point of what it means to build the relationships with your partner. You're missing the point of what it means to build the relationship with yourself. You got to remember, coming into this new scenario, nobody's ever taught us. There's no classes you can take on how to be a stepdad. There are no degrees that you can get. No matter how many times people try to tell me that there's a step parenting coach, bullshit. Okay, there are no degrees for that. You mean you're a counselor who studied the mind and how personal development and growth works and how you're going to apply that within the step parent's life or this blended family's life? Fine, but stop calling yourself a step parenting coach, because the degrees that they hand out for that are bullshit, because every step parent's journey is different. And it is most of the time hard for us to hold on to this vision of what it means to be a powerful stepdad, because of the perception that we have of ourselves. That like we just stepped into this new family, and now for some reason we believe or we think that we should be the center of attention, when that's just not true. Here's the thing, stepdads, the bio mom has been trucking along without either the bio dad's not there because he's passed away, or he moved away, or they had this relationship with a gun, or maybe he's down the street and they have a great relationship, but it doesn't matter. They've been trucking along without you before you moved into your scenario. So stop expecting them to immediately just give you a hug and say, here's all my trust, take it right now, because that shit is that will never happen. It won't. You have to remember, not only is she looking for somebody that can be there for her and to treat her the right way and to treat her children the right way, but she is also dealing with her own demons of trust going way down and confidence probably going way down. And she needs time to build that back up. Which is why it's hard for a lot of bio moms to accept any new man in their life, because they immediately put a stamp on you and label you as all men, as every other man. And then they're afraid and they're fearful. I say this to my kids all the time. Look, if you are anticipating and you are expecting bad things to happen, whether it's out loud or subconsciously, they're going to come, and then you're going to question it when they do. You see how those two don't add up? So, stepdads, our perception of how we want our family to see us and our perception of how we see things unfolding within our journey have to be grounded by a little bit more empathy and sympathy and patience and perseverance, consistency, communication. Like, our perception has to be grounded within those power words that will enable us to build this new foundation for our family. So, moms, trust me when I tell you that if he's there, if he came into your life, if he's there and he's wanting to stay, don't drive him away because you are trying to label him as all the other men that came into your life. Don't. Stepdads, have patience with her. Don't think that because you're not getting, the thank yous and the hugs and the respect and the trust, that you're some sort of a piece of shit, or they don't trust you, or they don't love you. Bottom line is that however this unfolds and however long it takes, it's not on your timeline. Stop perceiving that things are going to happen when you want them to happen. Change your perception on the way you see the family. If you really want to build this unstoppable presence within your new life, you have to think about it like this. If you start focusing on you and you keep the focus on you and better yourself, get rid of those old ways of thinking, habits, how you were raised from, your childhood to, how you see family, how you see money. You have to wipe the slate clean. I did an episode about that. Start working on yourself. Start remembering why you were there in the first place. right? But our perception of how we see things unfolding, right? We see this like, this family picture at the end of the journey where everything's happy and wonderful. But you have to remember, in order to get to that perceived vision for yourself, you have to be willing to break some eggshells along the way. Be okay with it. Your perception has to change on the way they're going to see you and the way they're going to value you and the way they're going to love you. You have to change your perception. It's just not the way it's going to work. It's just not. And all that fear of them not seeing you the way you want them to see you, it all stems from your personal self-confidence and how you see you as a man and as a stepfather and as a father and as a husband and as a leader and as a mentor. If you're insecure, it's not going to work. If you struggle with insecurities, it's not going to work. Biomoms, if you struggle with trust, if you struggle with adultery or alcoholism or whatever it might be from your old relationship, because that's what they did, if you struggle with thinking that every man in your life that's coming in is going to be labeled as that, it's not going to work. Same goes for the way you see and envision yourself as an individual. If you're thinking the same way, if you're doing the same old stuff, you're going to get the same old stuff. I think there's a saying that goes, what is it? You keep doing what you're doing, you'll keep getting what you're getting. Why do I keep getting these shitty men in my life? Because you attract it. It's your fault. I know you want everybody to feel sorry for you, but at what point do you take responsibility for your actions? Stepdads, oh man, I'm putting in so much work and so much effort and I feel like I'm not getting the value that I need. Why do you need that? Are you lacking it in your life? Did you lack it up until that point? Does it stem from your past relationships, from your childhood? Because guess what? Nobody gives a shit. All they care about is the man that you're going to be right now for them during this moment. I told my son this morning that if he focuses and he stresses so much on the future that he's going to forget to live in the present, right? Because the past can weigh you down. Take the experiences from your past, put them in your backpack of life, stay focused in the present, and set tangible goals for the future. Sure, you can have big dreams and big goals and how you want your family to unfold and this vision that you see at the end of the road, right? I'm not saying don't have that. I'm saying stop assuming that it's just going to be easy to get there. It's when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And you have to start perceiving yourself within your new family in a manner of which is, I am a man, I am here, I am ready, I am willing, but I know it takes time and patience, so I'm going to work on myself and wait for this flower to grow. Okay? It is not about you. It will never be just about you, I. It's about the we. It's about the them. And it's about the me. You got to work on you too, right? So perception is big, guys. Perception is, if you could change your perception, change the way you're looking at things now, change it. Knowing that it can get better, not focusing on what is not working, but knowing that it could get better. Things will gradually begin to get better. Only if you change your perception on who you are as a man, as a stepdad, as a family member, as a leader, as a mentor, and somebody that they can trust. It takes time. Relax. Slow down. All right, guys, this is episode 72 of the Professional Stepdad Show. Again, thank you guys so much for listening, for watching, for sharing, for commenting, for sending in your questions. I am so incredibly grateful that sometimes I can't express the words to the friends that I have when they ask me what I do now. This is what I do. This is my purpose, to positively influence stepdads on a global scale. That's why I'm here. And I'm just so grateful that I'm able to share not only my story, but share my viewpoints. Am I going to be right all the time? No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be right all the time. I'm just trying to wake you up to other possibilities of how this journey can unfold. Period. And then it's your job to share that with other stepdads so the narrative around us can change. If you have not, again, please like, subscribe, share. Thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon.
Damn right. Even when I've left, I do right by you. I'll be your everything.
Quiet on the set, please. Thank you, everybody.